Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining and welcome to Uniform Unleashed, how uniform programs can help drive corporate compliance. So for our agenda today, we're going to talk about the importance of a uniform program in the corporate sector, um, challenges faced in implementing these programs, how a uniform market system or a UMS is a good solution. Also, how uniform distributors, businesses, being your clients and the employees, benefit from a UMS solution. And then some of the key features to effectively manage these uniform programs for your clients. So today, who is this for? Well, as always, it's for everybody who's on this call today. You might be a manufacturer, a distributor, retailer, who is currently looking at going after some of the larger businesses in your area. Those businesses that do require some type of a uniform program, a branded program. So this really is for all of you. And it doesn't matter how large or small the account is that you're working with. So the importance of uniform programs in the corporate sector. A corporate sector could be hospitality, hotel, food service, corporate types of accounts where they're not heavy industrial, like a service provider, like serviceware accounts like that. So first, let's talk about uniform programs, why they need uniform programs, and the branding that's tied to it. Uniform programs create that brand experience for your customer shopper, for their clients, but it also creates that branded experience for the employee as well. But it's how we take that branding and pull it through to every work department within an account that you're dealing with, kind of how to create that consistency that's going across from product to product, different brand logos to different brand logos. It's a great way for your client to build relationships with their customers. We know it's a great way for you to build relationships with your clients because you're providing those uniforms. But we take that a next step on how a branded garment can help an end user base, let's say a retailer or a hotel, improve their customer relationship and service with their patrons. How to give the hotel stay customers, the food service customers, kind of that comfort in knowing that they're working and dealing and talking with an employee that is part of an organization. It helps to increase work responsibility, makes you feel professional about the uniforms that you have on, makes the customer, the end user customers, that person who walks into a McDonald's, that person who walks into a Fairfield Inn, feel like the people who are running that property or that location or branch are professional in their attire. For the employee, it gives a sense of belonging. We can take it for granted what a uniform means, but for the person who is wearing the uniform, they feel pride in what they're wearing. They feel pride in the company that they work for and the branding that they are getting across to the public about the garment, the shirt, the jacket, the hat, whatever that item may be that they have on. All right, what are some of the challenges that are faced in implementing a uniform program? So the challenges we're going to talk about are not only challenges for you, the distributor of the products, but it's also a challenge for your client. So let's talk about each one. Controlling the budget. If we look at certain accounts where we have location managers just placing orders and they buy bulk and they're putting product in a stock room and they're kind of feeding the uniforms to the employees from that stock room. Well, what happens in those instances is buyers kind of tend to buy the same products over and over again, same sizes. So I can have a polo shirt or a red t-shirt that I have, a couple dozen in each size, but I never have enough of the size I need. They don't have a buying history to look at. They don't have any type of budget set on what they spend. So the goal with the UMS program is to provide control of spend. If I'm a buying manager and I use a purchase order, perhaps I get to put a dollar value on that purchase order so they can't go beyond it. If I'm an employee who just can go on and order anything I want, now we're going to put a control on their spend. Maybe they get an annual dollar allowance. They might get an annual garment count, so many shirts and jackets. Another, I get to go on and buy anything I want. However, my boss, David, has to approve my spend before it's released to you. Controlling budget helps in two ways. A, it helps your customer tremendously, shows you are really partnering with them to provide a controlled budget plan. But for you, if we can control how your client orders, then you're not sending all these big bulk orders. And then all of a sudden there are no orders coming through at all because now that location's trying their best to work through all those extra sizes they have that they don't really need, or they're not asking you to take them back and send different sizes. So controlling of the budget is a benefit for both the distributor of the uniforms as well as the company you're providing those for. Lack of real-time management system. You know, currently right now, if you're not providing a uniform management solution, an e-commerce solution to your customer, orders are coming in, email, fax, phone call, sales reps are dropping, order sheets on an order desk. And that's great for you in getting these orders into the system. However, your customer isn't able to track any of this. They don't have the ability to see what orders have been placed in an admin. They don't have the ability to run reports, what has shipped, what hasn't shipped. So by giving your client the proper tools, it is saving time for them, and again, saving time for you, because your call center isn't taking calls, they're not researching orders, they're not trying to find out what's happening, because by having a proper UMS management system, you can give your clients admin access to see all this. They can run every kind of report out there. They can run reports on their employees, add and remove employees. You can give them certain access that they really need now. And as we see bids that are coming in, bids are requiring this type of a solution. Okay. The next would be tiered distribution. And what I mean by that is how we are ensuring employees are getting the right uniforms within a company based on their job. So you could have an account, let's say it's an area fast food franchise owner, and they have a Taco Bell and maybe they have a Burger King and they've got something else. So they have to buy uniforms for all these employees based on these 3 different brands. But when in each one of those brands, there are different uniforms because the work crew has a uniform, management has a uniform, and it's making sure that the employees are only assigned to the branded product, styles, and colors they're allowed to have. Because a counter salesperson does not get to wear the same shirts as a regional manager or a location manager. It's how we control that so we're not returning products that were ordered incorrectly. Employees aren't getting in trouble because they're ordering the wrong uniforms. So it's how we're solving these 3 big issues that are so important. And honestly, these are the challenges we hear the most often from our customers and their clients, how we can solve that. Okay. So how does a UMS system give you this solution? So, we've talked about how important a uniform management solution is for you to your customer. We're controlling how an employee buys their uniforms. We're controlling what they see, how much money or what their buying rule is. We control how they ship. So we're increasing the speed of ordering we're increasing the order accuracy at the employee level and, say, a location buyer level. But what is also important is how this system assists you. So as we speed up the order process for a shopper within an account, we streamline it, we make it easier, more exact. We're also streamlining it on your end. So orders aren't just hitting an order desk anymore, or aren't getting lost in email or fax, or however those orders are coming into you now. By using a UMS system, this is just a completely new organized way for you to take orders, which means you can start taking some of these employees or managing these paper orders and phone calls every day and putting them to work in different areas of your business. That makes more sense. So it's a streamlined process for the user, and it's a streamlined process for the uniform distributor. And this is very, very important on your end, because everyone now, we are so price sensitive to what we're selling to our customers that the more margin we can make, the better. And sometimes that is streamlining your process, and kind of relieving some of that labor dollars that have become part of the order setup and taking process for years. Now we're simplifying this and making this system a more affordable system all the way around. Okay. How uniform distributors, businesses being your clients and employees benefit. Okay, so we'll just kind of recap. For you, the distributor, be it a manufacturer, distributor, or retailer, this is providing better customer service to your client. This is developing a stronger partnership and bond with your customer. We're getting orders in faster. We're producing more accurate orders from a shipping standpoint. All of this efficiency is so important on both sides. We're reducing the cost to market, being by providing a uniform portal, by providing controls to various buyers. We're reducing things as in, we're reducing returns. We're reducing shipping costs on returns because wrong items were ordered, things like that. Or we're rushing an order out because we lost one. And we're trying to make up time, so we're overnighting that order. All the little things, it adds up to big dollars in the end. So how can we provide you with a more efficient system? For your customer, we're offering that consistency in branding. Every employee has the right shirt on, has the right logo on. We're saving time and effort in managing the uniforms. I think one of the things kind of touch base on just right here from a consistency in branding. If you look at a Best Buy, those employees don't have to worry about what they buy. They are provided a shirt. They all get the same shirt. It is the same branded color. It is the same branded logo. So when I walk into a Best Buy, I just on the spot, I know every employee that I need to reach out to. If we look at the flip side of that, although it's branding, it's not very consistent. If we look at a Target, their branding is just strictly a red shirt. And you can wear any red shirt you want, any shade of red, burgundy, rust, because to many, it's all red. So how can we look at accounts like that and help them provide a solution to take that kind of what shirt do I wear to work off the employee, and at the same time, it helps create that consistent branding throughout because you're offering a final product solution in a garment, which is key. When we talk about the employees, it's buying experience. Listen, employees, they're working as many hours as they can. Many are working 2 jobs. They're going home, they're taking care of families, they're going to school, they're studying, whatever the case might be. The last thing they want to do is be bogged down with ordering. So how can we make the process simpler? We give them a UMS portal, mobile responsive. They can order their uniforms on a lunch break. They don't have to worry about the costs. Companies probably paying for it, so it's simplified. Here are my 3 shirts. Pick which one you want, order your size. They're in and out very quickly. So we talk about efficiency for the distributors in managing the orders, efficiency for your client in managing the buying process and the spend by their team. And then we look at efficiency in employees coming onto a website, placing their orders, and then getting back to the next thing that they have that is important to them. So key features to efficiently managing a corporate uniform program. When we look at key features, it's how are we staying in compliance? So uniform suppliers can now provide their corporate clients with an end-to-end compliance platform with enterprise features. What that means is, whether I'm a union account or a non-union account, what is the corporate governing compliance? How do my employees buy their uniforms? What are the rules set in place, or what are the rules we want to set in place? Traditionally, corporate hospitality has been about just purchase orders being placed and they're buying bulk for locations. But now more and more, we're seeing, for auto part chains and restaurants, movie theaters, different types of accounts where the employees can now come on and place their uniforms. They can place their own order, and we're going to give them a budget. So the features that your customers might be looking for that we see from all of our various accounts. Quotas and allotments, easy. Quotas, how many products do I get per year? How many shirts, how many pants, how many jackets do I get as an employee? And it's easily controlled. Or how much money do I get a year to spend? And again, this is all about controlling that budget for your client. So it may not be something they have a process now, but it's something to talk to them about. How can we ease this and make the buying process simpler by controlling budgets? Another way of creating a simplified program for your clients and their employees is making it simple. I mean, really, we tie an employee into the products, we tie them into their buying rule, we tie them into their shipping rules, and more. A great way to control shipping costs is, instead of shipping to everybody's home, maybe there's a bulk shipment to a work location. You might have customers saying, just send it to my master warehouse and then we will get it out to each individual property. So you'll have accounts that will have all different types of shipping rules, and how are you going to handle that? Who can ship to home, who can't? Supervisor approval. Different levels of approvals become very popular. Typically, an employee's going to have a buying rule, like quotas or allowances, but another might be supervisor approval, because a regional manager can go out and buy for any location, but perhaps his boss wants to approve those orders before they're released to the distributor. Do we need to put multiple layers? Nancy can approve up to $300. David can approve over $300. So to have that flexibility based on the size of the accounts that you're selling to. And then multiple payment options, and that's very traditional in e-commerce. What I mean by that is, once I've used up my company gift or rule of quotas or allotments or points, how else do I get to buy? Can I roll over into payroll deduction? But most importantly, can I roll over to a credit card? More and more of your customers, budgets are getting tighter. So maybe in the past they gave employees $500. Now they're only going to give them $400, but they want them to have the ability to purchase additional products with a credit card and still get that nice contracted price that you've made a partnership with the client. So, you know, just keeping all these in mind. In the past, some of these were harder things to intermix into a website. Now it's very simple. We look at some of the larger accounts where different work groups will have different buying rules. So you may have, maybe you're working with a university and certain employees get a quota. Other employees will get a garment allotment or dollar allowance. Another group has supervisor approval. So all these different buying rules can be shared within one website for that university.